Welcome back to What's Next Wall Street. I'm Georgia Alfredas.
And I'm Dave Mathews. Now, this show is your go-to spot for everything at the intersection of finance, technology, artificial intelligence, and consumer trends. And today we've got a packed show for you, so I have to talk really fast.
Wow, that was really good. You can always email us at WNWShow@gmail.com or hit us up on social media. I felt like I need to talk much slower and with a southern drawl. At What's Next Wall Street. Plus, catch all the fun, the behind-the-scenes action on your YouTube channel, WNW Show. That is our YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. Y'all, hit that alert button so that you're in the loop whenever we drop new episodes. Also, make sure that you comment. Like, we want to know what you think of the show, what was interesting. If there was something that sucked, it was probably in Dave or Greg's section.
Yeah,
so go ahead and let them know about that. Let them know. Okay, there is a lot to cover today. We're talking airline rewards investigations, New York City sugar crackdown, 7-Eleven's big block, America's data overload, rising incomes, and why Gen Z and millennials are saying no thanks to kids. Let's go, Dave.
All right, so I'm a frequent flyer, and I've been waiting for this. The Department of Transportation, the DOT, is launching an investigation into frequent flyer programs for the top 4 U.S. airlines. They're checking for any deceptive or anti-competitive practices. They're making sure you're not getting short-charged on those reward points. Now, the airlines better watch out because Pete Buttigieg isn't messing around. Buttigieg, sorry. Let's be honest. They're constantly devaluing the points, while at the same time, they make it easy to get 50 or 100,000 point bonuses based upon credit card spend. Oh, yeah. I'm totally playing that game. If you are too, leave a comment in our comments below section here and let me know your favorite point gaining tactic. And look, Georgia, there's a whole group of us out there that we jump from credit card to credit card. There's like a $3,000 spend and you get $100,000 points, not dollars, but points on, United miles or American Airlines miles or whatever. So we're all gaming the system here and we like it. So I want to know what you're doing at home if you're playing the points game.
And I want to know who's got the best points. Like, I don't really play the points game with flights because I don't fly that much, but I do with credit cards like American Express. You have to spend so much in order to go to, well, you can, as long as you have I think a platinum or a black or like a burgundy card, you can go into the
gold card does too. Gold's good.
Okay, gold card. You can go into their little places at the airport. I forget what you call them. You know what they are.
Oh, the club. Yeah, the platinum.
And you eat free and you do all the things. But in order to bring a friend or your husband or your family, you have to spend a certain amount of money. So don't think everything I buy, I don't use my American Express because I'm like, okay, kids, get in here. Let's eat. Let's get everything you want. You want to take a shower? You want a massage? Come on, we're all going in.
Exactly.
So that's one of the tactics I use, but I do it with a credit card. Also because I can, for me, I can, when I'm staying at a hotel or just whatever, traveling.
Get those upgrades.
Get those upgrades. Okay, Dave, let's go back to Earth. Get in your Earth bubble for me. And let's shift to health news. New York City is getting serious about sugar. Starting next month, chain restaurants and coffee shops in New York City will have to slap warning labels on items with 50 grams or more of added sugar. Do you know I would die because everything... I'm like, give me the biggest mocha you got. And yes, why are you asking me, do I want whipped cream? Are you crazy? Why would I get it without whipped cream? That's like the dumbest. Mayor Eric Adams signed the Sweet Truth Act last year, and restaurants that don't comply are going to face some serious fines. It's all about giving people the information they need to make healthier choices. So it's going to be, I think people are going to be surprised to see how much sugar they consume. It's always weird when I go to other places and I eat or drink the same things I eat in Texas, which this will probably never fly in Dallas, because we Southerners we want give us all the butter and all the sugar, okay? And if it's to go, then we don't count the calories. So watch out for those sugar bombs on your next coffee run. I'm still getting my grande mocha, but y'all do what you want.
But Georgia, you're the caffeinated sweetest.
Oh, thank you.
But what's funny is I go in grocery stores and I see how tiny the Coke cans are now and the 6-packs. They're putting the little ones together. So this is definitely working because I know they're just trying to make the nutrition label on the side of that can look better.
That's right.
Because 200 grams of sugar in a normal can size, but it's only whatever that 50 or whatever smaller is.
That's right. That's right.
All right. At least it's not.
Wait. You try to be healthy. Let me tell you something. For those of you who are not watching, this is I'm holding my new favorite thing. Okay?
Is that a Topo Chico?
But it's grapefruit. Oh my gosh. It's a game changer.
Well, how much sugar is on that?
There's no sugar. It's just water. There's no sugar. Nothing at all. No added sugar. But there is the natural flavor, the natural air quotes flavor of grapefruit. So this is the only way. I drink like 6 of these a day. How about last week? I was like, oh, I got a toothache. And I was like, the only thing I'm doing different, because I'm going to have my mochas. And I'm like, the only thing, I wonder if Topo Chico. And then I read that mineral water with added flavors can jack up your teeth, your enamel. I'm like, come on. I got to be able to eat healthy some way. And I can't. These are oh my gosh, if you get the grapefruit, it is a game changer. But now I can't even. I got to like have 2 or 3 a day. I can't have my normal 6. I got to cut down.
Yeah, exactly. So carbonation technically has it's an acid that'll eat away at your enamel, 100%. Mm-hmm. So it looks like I just did a googly here, and it said Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is gluten-free and contains 100 calories with 2 grams of sugar per 12 ounce. Now, that's the alcoholic version, which you're not doing.
I'm not. This is Topo Chico twist of grapefruit.
Let's see.
And there are no calories. Listen, it's got no carbs. It's got 15 milligrams of sodium. But that's the whole point is I'm trying to drink water, but make it good. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me water, but make it yummy. And so my husband's like, why don't you just buy regular water and put grapefruit in it? That's not the same. And it's not in a glass bottle. So it doesn't taste as good. So there's that.
Oh, you are fancy as hell. Bottled in Monterrey, Mexico since 1895. Wow.
See? That's
Twisted
awesome.
grapefruit is a refreshing, versatile beverage with 0 calories. Mm-hmm. So there we go. All right. Yeah, you're part of the problem bringing water over the border from Mexico.
I know. Look at me. I'm the problem. But guess what? It's making me skinny, but I'm going to be toothless. So I can't have it all. You can't have it all.
You can't have it all. Gummy Georgia. Hey, at least you're not drinking Slurpees, Georgia. Speaking of those, in Tokyo, the owner of 7-Eleven there just shut down a takeover bid from a Canadian convenience store company. Seven & I Holdings said the offer grossly undervalues the company, so it's not happening. Sorry, Canada, no Slurpees for you. Plus, 7-Eleven is started in good old Dallas, Texas, right?
That's right.
Listen to this. It was an ice house storefront named Totem Stores because customers toted their load of junk away. And because they also used to have totem poles in front of the stores. Now they changed the name to 7-Eleven to reflect the hours of operation, 7 days a week, 11 hours a day. And by the way, it's now 24 7-Eleven, right?
I know. It should be 24 7-Eleven. Yes, absolutely.
And why do they put locks on the doors if they're open 24 hours?
I know. It's weird.
Save that money.
Save it. I love interesting data. That's cool. And I'm not the only one. Speaking of data, Americans are all about that data. A new report, you say data or data?
Either one. It depends if I want to be fancy or not.
If you want to be fancy, you say data.
Data.
I say data. I always say data. Okay. Anyway, a new report from the Cellular Telephone Industries Association shows wireless data usage hit a record 100 trillion megabytes in 2023. That is a massive 36% jump from 2022, marking the biggest one-year spike ever. Thanks to more 5G devices rolling out, wireless connections also surged 6%, hitting 558 million, Dave. So get ready to scroll even more.
Oh, no. I know the guy that invented Infinite Scroll, where you don't need to refresh the screen anymore. You just keep getting more content the more you move your thumb up your iPhone.
Wow.
So he's flipped the script now and is creating the Center for Humane Technology. It's probably a little too late, though, as the endorphins are firing on the short-form content in such a big way.
Yeah, tell him thanks, but no thanks. I mean, what kind of friend is that? You know what? Let's call him up and tell him. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry.
He did it when he was young and dumb, I guess.
But he was also just creating technology. Who knew that we would be doing the things we're now doing now?
Yeah.
Technology is crazy.
The endorphins are real, though, right? Meanwhile, your wallet might be feeling a bit fuller these days. U.S. incomes jumped 4% last year, the first rise since the pandemic. Now, the Census Bureau says we're sitting an average household income of $80,000 thanks to a solid job market and easing inflation. But easing inflation is like, microscopic. That's hilarious because Georgia's and my income dropped 40%. So good on the rest of you others in the U.S.
Yes, y'all lend a sister some cash. Your wallet isn't full if you got kids. More young adults are saying no thanks to kids, and it's all because they've seen my kids on social media. No, I'm just kidding. It's all about the money. A new Mass Mutual survey shows that 23% of Gen Z and millennials ages 18 and 43 are choosing to stay childless for financial reasons. See, JD Vance was wrong. They just don't want the damn kids. Some even prefer the financial freedom that comes with not having kids. And you know what, Dave? I get that. With kids, you got to buy a bigger house because they got to have a room. You got to feed and clothe the little rugrats. You got to pay for more health insurance because now you need family insurance. Then there's childcare, add in extracurricular activities and private school if you choose, and then just wait until they turn 16 and start driving. You got to buy them a car. You got to up your car insurance. And then 2 years later, they have the nerve to go to college out of state. Sorry. This got
Is this
personal.
close to home?
It's got real personal. Back to the survey. This is the first time Mass Mutual has asked about this, so it's unclear if this is the start of a new trend or just a mood. So I don't know. Today's pro tip is brought to you by optionsplayers.com. Traders, level up your game. We should start a book club since people are always asking for good book suggestions. OP recommends Atomic Habits. This is such a good book by James Clear. The perfect guide for building systems that drive success just like we do or they do at optionsplayers.com. Clear's mantra of getting 1% better every day is key to stacking those trading wins over time. Focus on small, consistent improvements and watch the big results roll in. Remember, trading success isn't instant. It's about taking it step by step and refining your strategy with solid habits. Hashtag small wins, big results.
This is the part of the show where we get to hear from you. We want you to drop us a line on social media. Please comment what you think about the show. That's at What's Next Wall Street, all spelled out, squished together. Comment on our YouTube page. You can go to youtube.com/WNWSHOW or email us. You can drop that email to WNWShow@gmail.com. And we've got Finner from Syracuse. I think Finner's been on this show before, right?
Finner is, what do you call a person who's like he's a P1. He's a P1. He's been here forever. He's been,
nice.
he's been a What's Next Wall Street viewer and listener forever. So he's one of our P1s. Shout out to our P1s out there.
All right, P1 Finner. So he wants to know what Greg thinks about TLT. This is a 20-year Treasury bond ETF. As we record the show, it's at $100. But let's see, over the course of 5 years, where's it flown at? Oh, it's down. It's a good time to buy, Greg. What's up?
All right. Yeah. So what do I think about TLT long term? We discussed this last week when the last show, when we were talking about how to make money when interest rates drop. Well, TLT is that iShare, I think it's iShare, whatever, bond EFT. So it's basically like you're buying the bonds. So that's the gist of it right there, right? So what do I think about it long term? Well, do you think we're going to have artificially low bond prices or bond yields? I think it's a pretty good bet that EFT is going to pay out. I'm not a super fan of it, but like anything else, if it gets low enough, I'll buy it, right? So right now, I kind of, this might not be the case because it's probably going to air like a week after we're just talking about this, but I would think that TLT prices will go up as the expected continuation of dropping of the economy happens and the interest rates go along with it. So there you go. I wouldn't buy options on it. Like I've always said that. Just buy it as a hedge. It can make a solid amount of returns in a single year. It could literally pay you 20-30% easily in a year if the interest rates move. That's it. And a lot of people, like I discussed previously in TLT, normally people have the economy is good, you're making good money, you have equities, it means you have stocks or whatnot. And then here comes a recession or something, all that goes away. And if you had TLT, it was your hedge against it. But right now, the economy is supposedly booming and equities are doing great, but they're going to lower interest rates. So what happens, first time in history they do this, and on TL, I have no idea what's going to happen. So it might not go up as much. It might not have a lot of people forcing to buy bonds because equities are still making more money. I don't know how the rotation of money is going to happen. It's never happened before, so I can't give you some, statistical data or anything like that. But I still think it will go up. A lot of money into bonds, and bonds prices are 100% about their yield. So if they're going to force yields down, then the prices have to go up, or the yield actually doesn't change in real life. But pretty simple. If you understand how bonds work, TLT, buy them if you think yields are going to continuously go down.
Thanks, Greg. Got another question for you. Wells from Virginia asks, after watching Greg's last market analysis offered in the OP live stream, I watched that too. It was really good. And seeing the huge payoff from his thesis, is he still playing the market downside, or was that crazy drop the following day all he was targeting? So, Greg, what's up with that?
Okay, yeah, that was a point where we were seeing kind of like a double top on the price on the S&P 500, and then a little bit of weakness coming out. We didn't expect, you have a lot of fear, right? Fear coming from everything. Fear for me is people are actually realizing these numbers that everybody keeps putting out are not real. I mean, you had chairmen, you had Powell tell everybody these job numbers were bogus because they statistically cannot exist this high. We showed it on that stream. It was pretty obvious that whatever, the government's lying to you. You're just too stupid to understand it. And we're all gullible. Even I didn't catch it. I was like, how did I not catch it? And I'm one of these nerds that look at numbers and stuff. Just didn't even notice that it was that far off statistically. So here we are. What's going to happen now? This is going to air about a week after. SPY is hovering somewhere between 540 and 550 as we talk. It's moved a lot today. We made a killing today in our live session. It was probably one of the best days ever. It's kind of weird, but we did. We actually made most of the money on the way up. It went down and we made a little bit, and then it bounced up and we made a lot. But it's kind of at a decision point for me, okay? I would have to bring it up to give you the exact numbers. But in this case, I will say where my sauce crosses, it's right there at it. So this price is either going to get up and push above 550 in the next week, or it's going to get below and try to push and get to that 200 moving average. That is much lower, right? Probably about a 4 to 5% drop. I would say worst case scenario to the downfall in the next month or so, you're probably looking at 7%, 6 to 7%. Which would put us as a 10% drawback from the previous highs at the beginning of, or the end of August. Put us somewhere around 500 in the S&P 500. But that's just my opinions. I'm not going to put my money on it, so I don't really suggest anyone to just blindly follow me. And I'm not going to just blindly follow. I'm going to wait for things to pass. And it's really hard to actually say in the future what's going to happen when I'm waiting to see what happens over the next month or the next week. So yeah, that's about it. Tune in, come on in, get your free month with OP and ask me in chat. You don't have to be in the thing. We can look there. Yeah, but it's a weird. September is statistically the worst month in the market, and it started that way in the first week or so, and it is what it is. As it continues down, I don't know. We'll see what comes out. We got all this Apple stuff. I mean, Apple haven't. I know they already talked about it. Apple got a new phone that looks exactly like this phone. Great. I love my Apple phone, but I mean, do I need the new one? Probably not. I'll take it, but same phone. All right. I think that's about it. And then other than that, I don't think I'm really targeting too much. NVIDIA is a little bit better price right now. we're going to see Intel's got new stuff coming out for processors and stuff, because the last one's not doing too good. If you know the story behind the 13 to 14 gens issues, and NVIDIA is going to come out with processors that AI processors, which is really what Intel's trying to come out with their 15 gen Arrow Lake or whatever it is. So are they going to be able to compete? I don't think they're going to be at Intel or AMD's standards on that side, but it could be a very good future, because I've always said NVIDIA is going to have individuals that come in and compete with them on the AI side. Well, it's really smart for NVIDIA to say, you know what, we're also going to continue this, but we're going to go into other hardware also to include processors. And if you didn't know, they're already in processors. Just so you know, like I believe like Nintendo Switches and things like that, their CPUs are actually NVIDIA, but they're going after much more of the market share. And I think that's positive. And I mean, they made the money in the last year charging 5 times probably what they planned on charging for all this AI stuff. So props to them. And I think sitting around $100, NVIDIA is a really potentially good bet for that to go up. But that's besides the source of, if you're talking about overall, if you think the market's going to go down, that beta risk is for everyone. So, wait and see, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's about, so besides me thinking the market might drop here, there are a few companies that are looking a little bit better than they did previously, because NVIDIA has lost a lot from its high, and now it's back to reasonable, and with potentials of gaining market shares. Because my big issue with NVIDIA, like I said, it's always been they're going to have a lot of competition coming after that money. If they can actually spread and take some other people's market shares away, that's what I want to see. I want to see them crush other people, not just try to maintain this market share. Take other people's stuff while you're doing it. And I like that. So kudos to you, NVIDIA. And I think that's about it.
Thanks, Greg, for reaching out. If you've got questions, we've got answers, or maybe Greg does, hit him up at greg@optionsplayers.com. And of course, you can always reach us at WNWShow@gmail.com. Post your questions on our socials at What's Next Wall Street, or comment on our YouTube page. It's WNW Show. Make sure you comment.
All right, a couple weeks ago, make that every other month, I talk about the data that's being collected and shared on you over the dark web between the other nerds all about you. Now, take a listen to my guest and favorite and only brother from our What's Next Wall Street show on August 30th, 2024, to hear on how they get the data on you. Okay, so lately, I've been seeing social media posts from people saying that they're freaking out because of a private message with a PDF on what kind of a nerd, by the way, makes a PDF to send to you. Like,
I know,
are you going to print it?
I'm not reading a PDF. I'm not even, are you sending it? If I don't know you, no.
Yeah, you're not going to load the attachment.
No,
exactly. But I got one. I had to click Georgia.
Aww.
It was sent with my name as the file name. And then when I clicked inside of it, it had my mailing address and phone number. And get this, a Google Street photo of my house.
Okay,
right?
that's scary.
Yeah.
I'm calling the cops about that one.
Right? But the message goes dribbling on saying, take a moment to chill, breathe. Then it goes on. We have information on the sites you're going to on the internet. We have control of your email and social media accounts. Yada, yada, yada. They say they're going to release the information that they have to my friends, and they're going to tell them how disgusting I am. Yada, 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 so on, so on. First of all, my friends all know how disgusting I am.
I'd be like, that's it? You didn't get the good computer.
Yeah, it's not.
You hacked the wrong laptop, dude.
Right? It's not all that bad. I'm just fun at parties.
Yes.
Secondly, look, I know the email they sent you can be extremely scary, as it seems they've gone to your house and snapped a photo along with a little bit of personal data they connect on you. But rest assured, they haven't visited your home. Well, yet anyway, they could, right? But probably not. These messages are coming from what we call in the industry script kiddies, because they have their computers run a program. It attaches all the data together by taking the databases of private information. Then they bounce it off a Google Street image view, and then they bundle it up in a PDF. That's why they're doing this as a PDF. So it's just a process that's putting all this data together, which then they email to you. So the funniest part about this crack engineering team of nerds is they asked for Bitcoin with an address of a wallet that doesn't exist. And come on, guys, like, have you not even gotten your wallet address figured out? And next of all, Bitcoin is completely traceable. So the government can, go after and freeze that account anyway. So it's not like they're trying to, like, they're not the smartest tools in the shed there.
Well, that's to you if you got it. But if I got it, I would be terrified. First off, I'd go straight turn and make sure the alarm's on, have the dog walking around with me, because that's scary when you number one, okay, I don't care about somebody seeing what's on my computer because all they're going to see is Amazon and all the crap I buy. Just don't tell my husband. Okay, that's the only person I want to be saved from lives in the house with me. So there's that. But when somebody puts your address and they're like, hey, I can see what you're looking at your computer, that's terrifying.
It is. And he says, I know that by calling your number, which he has one of my numbers in here, it's a voice over IP number, so it's not my cell phone, or visiting my address, and this is the same address where I've had credit card breaches or credit taken out, so I know it's credit card data. I thought it would be better to contact you in case you don't act. Don't try to escape from this. You have no idea of what I'm capable of doing in Texas.
What kind of scary movie is this?
Right. It is scary, but we're here to tell you this is all BS. This is all scripts. This is the databases that are being compromised attached to a Google image search of your address. So don't get freaked out. First of all, don't pay the ransom. Like I said before, the Bitcoin address is screwed up anyway. Secondly, don't reply to them. You don't need to egg them on. I thought about replying and saying, bro, can't you even get your address right? But even I'm going to resist on that.
Yeah.
Third thing to do, set up a two-factor authentication with any websites that you can. That's where it pushes a text message to your phone for authentication that you're really in possession of the login. And you can also use a Google Voice number for this, which is free to set up if you have a Google email account. To do so, you just go to the domain voice.google.com and then use your Gmail credentials there and then create a Google Voice number. You can use this Google Voice number, Georgia, on shopping websites, which is also cool. Did you know that every time you have a box from Amazon shipped, your phone number is on that box? Right?
Go outside at the bottom of the label. Right now. Are you kidding me?
At the bottom of the label. Yeah, and they do that because
look at this. I got plenty of boxes here in my office. So
tell me, look at the bottom of the label. Look at your phone number there. So the reason why they do that is so the package delivery guy. Oh no, that's it has to be on the label box.
That was in a box. Yeah, this is a box that was in it.
You have to be on the outer box.
But I got another one. I got plenty over here. Let me just look at it.
But your phone number's out there because like if you've got your dog barking, they might need to call and say like, get this dog off you. So what phone number's on there, Georgia?
I don't know. I don't know where to find it.
It'd be at the bottom of the label. So anyway, I use a Google Voice number on those. That way, if somebody does, get in possession of it, I can turn that number off with Google Voice or turn that person calling me off is probably a better example there. Wow. And fourth and finally, you can now get a monthly credit report from the major credit bureaus. You used to have to wait every year for this. If you think something's up, if you're getting, credit card offers or you're getting more stuff that you normally don't have, you might as well do a credit check to see like what's happening to your account. And most importantly,
get that. I like that because number one, it'll be like, hey, your score's gone up. You paid some bills off. So I like to get that anyway.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't think about that. And then a lot of banks like JP Morgan Chase or Citibank, they offer like a credit score. They'll send it to you every month for free. But if you log on to the credit bureaus, don't give them your credit card numbers. They're going to start charging you for some services. By law, they have to let you freeze your credit for free. And remember, free has the letter inside of freeze, right? So FREEZE. Do it. Freeze your credit. Yeah. That's why people are tuning in here. You got to freeze your credit because it's too easy for these 2-bit criminals to get your data. It's everywhere online now. It's everywhere. They can go to the mall stores and they can take out an instant credit card for $1,000 line of credit, which they did with my account. And then they went in and sold it. Who knows? They've got those vending machines now, Coinstar, where you can put credit, store credit cards in, and then they'll buy them off of you so they can launder the money damn near instantly these days. So this happened to me, and it took
people
me.
with good credit. That's for you people with good credit. They're gonna go in and be like, "Oh, we got a credit limit of $30. This wasn't worth our time." So y'all good.
That's a good point. But it's so these stores are handing out credit left and right, and this happened to me. It took me months of emails, and even one manager said that I went to Florida and opened up an in-store credit card. And I had a flight that I was already I was speaking somewhere in the north. So I'm like, no, I was at another state. I was not in Florida.
Wow.
And I go, show me the video of me going to the store and doing that. And they did not send me the video, so they couldn't prove it. So they dropped that account from my credit report. So,
wow.
Look,
awful.
as much as we love life in the digital modern age, isn't it fun, by the way? It's going to get worse. Just wait until the AI voice bot get better at these. And look, Georgia, you're going to get calls from your quote-unquote son with an AI voice of him from jail, needing you to Western Union to him money to get out of jail ASAP. And look, remember, future you, this is all a scam. If it's an AI voice of someone hey, let me call you back, right? I'll just call you back on this.
It's funny that you're talking about this, because I literally, my son is an international flight attendant, and he's like, I'm that mom. I'm like, they're stealing livers out there. And he's like, Mom, please stop. I'm like, yeah, they'll steal your liver, cut you up, find you. I'm like, so don't be just going out partying, when you're in Germany or Poland, wherever you are. And he's like, Mom, what if I call you? And I'm like, Mom, I'm in jail. I need $10,000. I'm going to be like, you better call his grandmama. I ain't got it. So I'm like, they'll never get me. They'll never. I'm like, you know what? Call his father. I can't help you. Sorry.
Right.
So there's that. Yes.
And especially if you're like people like us, Georgia, where our voice is all over the internet, they can use voice models to train on us. And it's not going to get any better before it gets worse.
It really terrifies me. Like, I don't know how we'll fix it now, though, because we're too far gone. We're too far gone.
Yeah, the best thing to do is just say, which hospital are you in? Which jail are you in?
Yeah.
And then you call that jail. And look, these guys are social engineers. They're going to be saying everything they can to get you to not do that. And look, I've heard of stories of so many grandmothers running around town to Targets, buying iTunes gift cards, and then giving the scammers those numbers in order to launder they can immediately launder those money on gift cards on other sites. So look, I want to know what you're seeing. If you're seeing any of this, are you freaked out? I'm your therapist on this digital journey. Let us know in the comments below the show on YouTube, or the comments on Spotify, or you can email WNWshow@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to talk through your fears or tell you about the hoax that they are attempting on you.
Yeah. That's awesome. I watched this movie. I took my mom to see it. It was about 2 months ago. I took her to a press screening, and it was a true story about a grandma, and this happened to her. And it was really such a good, heartwarming story. And I can't remember the name of it. Maybe Eileen or something. I can't remember. It was so good, but I wanted my mom to watch, because I'm like, Mom, don't let them. But my mom's like, I don't use credit card for anything. If I can't send a check, you're going to sit in jail for a week, because she still writes checks. So there's that. We're not going to worry about my mom.
Let's see. What's the name of it? I'm looking up here. Victims of granny scam warn others not to be sucked in.
It was such a good movie.
Yeah.
It came out about 6 weeks ago, but it was so good. And this granny, when I tell you she got out of she got in her little, what do you call the little red scooter thing? The little red scooter, and was driving to try to find who took her money. It was really, really great. And it's a true story, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's called Thelma.
Thelma. I knew. I was like, Eileen. No, Thelma. It is such a cute story. So if you got the grandparents, or you got, the great aunts or uncles, take them to see that. But I wanted my mom to see that. It was really cute. Super, super
That's
cute.
That's good. Did you guys have a discussion after the movie about it?
Absolutely. And but if you see this movie, and I thought it was really cute as well. But if you see this movie, you see the things that it was just people holed up in the back of a storage room, and they were just calling a kid that was like 18 and another guy who was like 50. And that's just what they did. They were back there just getting money. Yeah. And this granny went looking for hers. So, I mean, you probably don't want to do that, but yeah. So I don't know. Look and see if it's a true story. I don't know. It was really good.
Yeah, it came out on or they started doing the press tour June 21st on this summer 2024. But there are some really good YouTube videos of scamming the scammers, and And Mark Roberg, the former NASA scientist who now has a great YouTube channel, he made the glitter package bombs for people that steal packages off the front porch of people's streets.
I love that.
He's teamed up with some guys too, and they're, Georgia, sending cockroaches to the scammers' offices. They're infiltrating the camera systems on the scammers' offices. So it's so beautiful to watch the tables turn on these guys doing this bad stuff. But
trying to think of another movie. Jason Statham is in it. That's another one that I saw earlier this year, and it's kind of about the same thing. They took all the grannies. I don't think that was a true story, but it was really good. That was a good one too. But anyway.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah. So
let's
see
see.
that one. I mean, it came out this year. I'm sorry. This is how we get on a tangent, but it was really good because called The Beekeeper. It's called
The Beekeeper. Yeah. I was gonna say
so good.
The last movie he did was Beekeeper, but is he? This seems like a landlady commits suicide after falling victim to a phishing scam, leaving the former beekeeper to set on a brutal campaign for revenge. Oh my God, this one sounds like it's a lot different from the one you went with your mom.
Yeah, it is. I didn't take my mom to see that one, but that was a good movie too. So yeah, I go to all the press screenings, and but those are some that were really good. So there's
all right. Well, we'll have to take a look at that. All right, thanks, Georgia, for weighing in on this, and remember. This is all data that's publicly available, so they're not looking inside your computers.
All right, Dave, after 155 years, the iconic Campbell Soup Company is spicing things up. I thought you thought I was going to say they're going out of business. Not. No. They're ditching the soup, and they'll now be known as the Campbell's Company. Why the change? Well, consumers are snacking more and sipping less. Snack sales jumped 13% last year compared to just 3% for soups. With popular brands like Goldfish, Snyder's of Hanover, Cape Cod, and Pepperidge Farm in their portfolio, Campbell's is clearly eyeing the snack aisle for stock growth. So it's time to grab your snacks and watch their ticker. Now, I always say, look around your house, your garage, your closet, your kid's closet, your backyard, your kitchen, because you are your biggest market indicator. Dave, you know what's in my pantry right now? A big ass industrial sized box or boxes of Goldfish, Pepperidge Farm cookies, and Cape Cod chips. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but snack stocks might be it for the win. Now, I'm going to go even further and say healthy snack stocks, because I'm watching all the moms around me at soccer games and golf tournaments, and what are they talking about? We're like driving our kid from this to that, to this to that, and we got to stop by fast food restaurants. So they're talking about the latest on-the-go healthy snacks for their kids. So I always try to say, okay, what are these soccer moms doing? What are these, the people that I'm around? Because number one, that's not even Gen Z, whatever's underneath that. Those are the people now who we're buying for, and the moms who are my age or younger are the ones who are buying it. So that's where you want to look for your next stock ticker, in my opinion.
Is that Generation Alpha or Generation Beta or something?
I don't even know. Let's see. I'm going to look it up.
What year is Gen Alpha? Gen Alpha is 2010 through 2024. There's 2.8 million.
Okay.
Wow. It seem like Gen Z, Zeta, I guess they had to go back to the beginning, right? So
I have a Gen Alpha. I have a Gen Z, and I have one he's a Gen Z or two, but right on the older edge of
cusp of millennial.
So yes, I got 3 generations, and then we're the best. We are the best. First of all,
Gen X.
Gen X.
What up?
Come on.
Yeah.
Best music, best TV shows, best all the things. But anyway.
Hey, Georgia, my rule with anything in the grocery store, if it's in a bag, I don't eat it. Now, carrots in a bag. That's
like that. No, you're lying. You don't eat chips.
No, I try not to, but look, if there's if I get a sandwich and a bag of chips is $1 more with a drink, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get that, but I'm not going to do the sugar stuff. But look, all of these ultra processed foods are so bad for us, right?
So bad.
I try not to do the homogenized or the whatever, however you say because look, they're designed to make you want to go nom 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 and just keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. And look, I can deal without that. Right, they work. So grab a what's that Saturday afternoon cartoon. I hanker for a hunk of cheese.
Oh my gosh! See, our kids never. Kids never got that. They never saw that. With the bad, they call me yuck mouth because I don't brush and I like my teeth. Okay, so but let me tell you something. I have this new app. You will thank me for this. It's called Yuka or Yuki. I forget. So what you do, and my kid, my 10-year-old hates it. He's like, Mom, please don't use the app. I'm like, okay, you want that? Let me just see. Let me just scan it. Nope. It has like all these sugars. It has all these additives, and it will tell you what additive, like, oh, it's got the color dye. It's got the red dye. But not only will it tell you these are the additives, it'll tell you what that does. Oh, that makes kids have high energy. Oh, this causes cancer. Oh, this does this. So I'm like, you can have the snack, but only if it's okay with the app. Only if the app says that it's in the green. And some snacks that you would think are healthy are not. So I try to give him, I try to get him really healthy. But if I'm going to look for this because you guys are going to love me for it. I think it's Yuka or Yuki. But you see, grown-ups, we like to eat healthy. Kids do not. When I pick them up from school, I got to have the snack in the car or I got to stop at Chick-fil-A or wherever. And I'm not trying to do it. It's called, and it keeps your history. Sorry, this is going on way too long. I'm sorry. But it is called, well, I've got it. I don't even know. I have it here. Okay. It's called Yuka. But it has like organic animal crackers. I'm not going to tell you who makes it.
Okay.
It gets a poor rating because it's got all these additives. It has additives with limited risk, which, sometimes I'll go for that. But maybe a fruit punch drink. The additives, it contains additives to avoid. Some of them are hazardous and it'll tell you what they are. And it's like dipotassium phosphate, whatever that is. Excess phosphorus can disrupt bone mineralization, damage to the kidneys, increase in risk of cardiovascular disease and breast cancer. I'm like, you're not getting this drink, boy. So that's what I do when I go to the grocery store with my kids. You're welcome.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure they love you for that too.
Hate it.
Hey, we had a great show today. Thank you, Georgia. But this show is user generated and we operate for you. So we want to hear your questions. We're here to help you out. Like I said in the tech segment here, drop us an email. Tell us what you're thinking about. What are you worried about? Is AI going to take over your lunch? Probably not. WNWShow@gmail.com is where you reach out to us, or you can hit us up on the show socials at What's Next Wall Street.
Yes. And don't forget, you can watch full episodes on YouTube at WNW Show. Just type it in the search bar, easy peasy. Or if you're on the go, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to the show, smash the alert button, and share this show with your friends. They're going to make you so happy that they're going to thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. George and David and Greg, they're just
like, you got to check out this app. Baller. You got to check out this stock, this ticker stock. You're going to be like, hey, I just, know the things.
Yeah, and we're here to give you the trending information as soon as it hits. Like Georgia said earlier, she's like, wow, we really hit some of this stuff early, and we love that because we're here working for you. All right, I'm Dave Mathews.
And I'm George Alfredas. We will see you next time on What's Next Wall Street.
Bye.
Bye.